Sunram. Sunram finds an OC left pocket three on the way. Tickles a twine.
Now it's Maddie Bass on the drive. Bass, nice move, and Bass with an easy layup.
To the feet, Ruppel brought back down. O'Connor, though, lost the grab and down to the mat. Ruppel with a chance for a pin with a minute 15. There it is.
Pick and roll, Kaloran. Hooks it underneath, and a bunny for Hannig.
Right side to Charlie Shaw. Shaw looks right, drives in, attacks the double team, and splits him for the layup.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Tuesday evening from Hunter. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance, as it's the season opener, both for the Lisbon Broncos and alongside Northern Cast, the Jaguars. I'm Chase Miller alongside Lily Austin here tonight on camera. Taking a look at both of these programs from a season ago. We'll start with the visitors. That is the Lisbon Broncos. Lisbon coming off a 4-18 season from last year. Both of these teams made the jump from Class B to Division A, and the Broncos are under the guidance of their new head coach here in Kara Tui, who's been on the bench as an assistant but now taking over for Barb Sweet, who stepped down after the season concluded last season. While for Northern Cast, the Jaguars coming off a state tournament appearance and a Region 1 tournament championship, finishing 18-9 on the season last year. The Jags also coming into this season under new guidance with Kyle Morehart, who came from the Thompson Tommy girls basketball program, being assistant, now taking over here at Northern Cast. The Jags here again under new guidance after DC Lucas, just like Barb Sweet, stepped down after last season. It's the Jags and the Broncos here tonight. We'll take a quick break on our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back, we'll get to our starting lineups, we'll hear from both head coaches, and we'll let you know what's coming up on yourliveevent.com here tonight. That is next. It's the Broncos and the Jags in the season opener from Hunter for Division A girls basketball here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argosville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying solutions for these limiting factors. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
A busy Tuesday evening here on yourliveevent.com. Simply go to our website or check out our YouTube channel by searching Your Live Event to check out all the games in action here tonight. Some of the other games, a doubleheader in Minnesota between Park Christian and Ada Borup West. Also tonight, Fargo Oak Grove going up against the Burros of Hillsborough Central Valley in a Region 1 versus Region 2 matchup in Division A girls basketball. And also this evening, you have a little high school boys hockey, Devils Lake, Acraft, and Park River. Just a handful of the contests, and make sure you stay tuned to our YourLiveEvent.com coaches show every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock throughout the course of the school year. Taking a look at both of these teams, the Broncos lost a plethora of seniors from a season ago. The main one that a lot of folks will remember in terms of just her tenacity was Kyra Heckrell, in terms of someone who went on to go play collegiately at the University of Jamestown as well. The season opener for the Broncos after tonight, they're back at home for their home opener against the Richland Colts. We'll have that for you here on yourliveevent.com. Then games with Central Cass in Castleton on December the 12th, and then December the 16th hosting Northern Cass yet again. So the first two of the four games of the season for the Broncos are Division A Region 1 contests here against Northern Cass. On the opposite side for the Jags, after tonight's game, they will have a week off where they will be partaking in the Barnes County girls basketball tournament. The Jags, the tournament champs from a season ago, are back as the number 1 overall seed in that tournament, and they will go up against White Shield on Tuesday night on December the 10th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon at Valley City State University. Then they'll have their next game on Thursday and the match after that on Friday. It's 8 teams, a full tournament where if you win, you advance into the semifinals. If you lose, you'll head to the consolation semifinals then on Friday afternoon. But those are their next 3 games. The BCT next week. Then they're at Lisbon on December the 16th. So a busy time for both of these teams, and it's the season opener for both of them as well. Northern Cass, Hayden Crockett, someone to watch out for in terms of just her ability to obviously score the basketball on the opposite side for the Lisbon Broncos, someone who played a good chunk of varsity minutes from a season ago, Riot Wortman, the 5'6" junior guard. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the coaches. We'll hear from Kara Tui, the Lisbon Broncos head coach, and also Kyle Morehart here from Northern Cass. That's coming up next ahead of our starting lineups and the opening tip. This is our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all. For more information, go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote started today. Back after this with our coaches conversation.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we continue on our pregame show here today, brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. It is the season opener for both the Lisbon Broncos and alongside Northern Cass Jaguars here for a little Region 1 Division A girls basketball. Joining us is Coach Tui, that is Kara here from the Lisbon Broncos perspective. And Kara, always a very fun time of the season for game number 1. I always ask coaches, whether it's a region game, a non-region contest, what do you want to see from your team? Because every team's a little bit different. Some are bringing starters back. Some aren't. You and your opponent here in Kyle are new head coaches tonight. So what do you just kind of want to see here from your club this evening?
I want to see a game. It's good to get a game in after a couple weeks of practice just to see how we've progressed. I see it in practice, but it's always different when you're playing your own teammates, when you know what they do. So we're young. I want to see progress every game and just learning to play higher finesse basketball in Class A. That's what we're trying to do, is just raise our floor with our skill level and work on things like that and not even worry about the score at the end of the night. That'll come as we get things cleaned up and things put in.
As you take a look at your opponent, Hayden Crockett, obviously a really good ball handler, shooter. You're going to see Scout Woods later with Wahpeton. There's a lot of, if you want to call them dudes, I guess, or really good players in Region 1. What does a player like Hayden provide as a challenge? Not just her, but also Northern Cass here later tonight.
It's a good learning tool for us to play better defense and play clean and keep our feet faster, because we do have fast kids. And I told them last night, don't be intimidated. This is a chance to get better. You will be a better defender when we play them in 2 weeks. So this is, take the opportunity as a learning tool and a training tool, and just take one possession at a time.
I know someone last year that got some shots up was Riot Wortman. If she makes the first one, look out. And that's I'm guessing what you want to see here tonight. So what does kind of Riot just bring back in terms of that varsity experience from a season ago?
Riot brings energy. We need to match her because she is our spark plug. She pours her heart into the game, and she would run through a wall if I asked her to. So learning to follow that and just keep their energy up but composed at the same time.
Coach Dewey with us here on the pregame show, taking a look at a couple other players with Bryn Wiltsey, a sophomore, also with Brinley Differty, another sophomore. What do you just kind of want to see from those two on both sides of the floor?
Those two busted their butts for me all summer. All of them did, actually. But they will be our main ball handlers, our main defenders. Bryn is a very good shooter, so we might try to kick to her on the perimeter. Brinley is a slasher, so as much as we can get her to the rim, that's what I'll be counting on her to do besides handling the ball.
Final thing, I know we kind of talked about game number one, but just the first month of the season, before you kind of get into those dog days in middle of January, biggest progression is going to be what from game number one once you get to, January 5th, January 10th here?
Well, I'm not new to the program, but I'm new as the head coach. So there are things we're changing, and I've been through this before. In January, everybody's tired, and girls' sports, we've been going since August if they've been in fall sports. So they're tired. So balancing the need for maybe a little break versus, trying to introduce enough now so that it's more routine by then so we don't have to practice as long, so they keep that energy.
Kara, thanks so much for your time and best of luck here tonight.
Thank you.
And again, Coach Tui with the Lisbon Broncos will continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this from Hunter.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
On our Irie Insurance pregame show here today, it's a season opener for both Northern Cass and alongside the Lisbon Broncos for a little Division A Region 1 girls basketball. Here joining us from Northern Cass perspective, that again is Kyle Morehart. And Kyle, first things first, congratulations on the new gig. Just like Kara on the other side, a couple of first-year head coaches for their new respective programs that is going up against each other. So let's just start there. What does it mean to kind of get to a season opener as a newly minted head coach here this season?
Yeah, it's exciting. It's always exciting each year, and I just told the girl that a little bit ago. It's one of those things where you anticipate that first game, you're so excited, but it's even more so this year because now we got a new coach, got new players, new rotations. It's all exciting for the kids, and now of course community and everybody else wondering what kind of team we're going to have. So we're looking forward to going out there and just working our butts off tonight, and hopefully we do some good things.
No matter who's on your schedule for game number one, what's the biggest thing that you want to see from your girls tonight, win, lose, or draw, and kind of as you progress for the next couple weeks of the regular season here, Kyle?
I think just making good choices, taking care of the ball. I mean, that's going to be one thing. We got to limit our turnovers. Sometimes we get careless with that. And then, of course, rebounding. You got to find a body and rebound. And then the third one, of course, we play defense.
As you take a look at some of the players here, Hayden Crockett, obviously it has to be nice to have as a coach, no matter her ability to dribble and shoot, but who are going to be some other players that fans will get to see as the season unfolds here from Northern Cass's perspective?
Yeah, I think, with the post gone from last year, the two big girls from last year, I think Addie Winterquist is she's gonna shine this year. She's gonna have an opportunity to play a little bit more. We'll have to rely on her a lot in the post there, and I think she's gonna do a nice job for us. She's solid in there. She's a strong girl, and she works her butt off in there. So I'm looking for great things from her, and it's her senior year, so it's no regret time. It's go out and get it, and she'll do that for us. And then I think Reese Lavig is another one of those young players that she's so athletic, so quick out there, and if we can get her to settle down a little bit in the offensive set, because defensively she's our spark plug, she'll do a lot of great things there. So looking great things from her. Olivia Olson, another one she's just consistent. She works her butt off in the paint. She'll get some easy baskets by rebounding and pounding the boards. She'll do a great job. And then one more, Tess. How can I forget Tess Gilbert? There we go, new squad, right? I'm already forgetting. No, but Tess, coming back, returning starter from last year, and we're really looking for her to knock some shots down from the perimeter. She, I believe in her shot. I like how she, put it up last year, and I just think she gets that confidence. We can get her to some perimeter shots and knock those down.
I'm not telling you to give me the complete secret recipe, so to speak, on how the season's going to go, Kyle, but when fans get to watch you, is this going to be an up and down team? Is it going to be an intermediate mix, depending on how, teams play you in terms of full court pressure defense? What's, I guess, a trait or characteristic when people watch on your live event or come out and watch in person? What do you want them to kind of see from your club throughout the course of the season here?
That's a great question, and I really don't have an answer because I know what I want. But no, we're going to look to push the ball when we can. We're not the fastest team, but we're going to look for the opportunity to get the ball up and down the court and take some advantage of some easy buckets. And then, defensively, we're going to be in your face half court, mostly pressure the ball a little bit and just play some good, solid man-to-man defense. And then we're going to try to, move that ball around on offensive end and everybody get a chance to get some touches and then, get some buckets.
Should be a lot of fun. Biggest thing with Lisbon, Riot Wortman obviously is a shooter, and I know they might not have the size, but what's something you're expecting to see from a Coach Tui team across the way here tonight? Yeah,
I would think with their size, their lack of size, but again, I'm a guard. I was a guard, so I love the little people. So the fact that they're going to be out there, they're going to probably pressure us a little bit more and get in our face and defend all over the court. I anticipate that. I don't know the team very well, but I would anticipate with that size they would do that.
That's Kyle Morehart here with us. Kyle, good to see you, and best of luck here throughout the rest of the season.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you, Chase.
We'll continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
Coming up, we'll get to our starting lineups brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. But first things first, that does it for our pregame show brought to you in part by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service that you deserve. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Started today. Northern Cass will be in their home whites tonight, while Lisbon will be in their visiting reds. Coming up, we'll get to our starting lineups again and also remind you what is to come between Northern Cass and Lisbon as we get into the season, as it's the season opener for both clubs respectively. A reminder, we will have all 12 of the Barnes County girls basketball tournament games starting next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. A little blend of Division A and Division B. Northern Cass will go up against White Shield on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Well, for Lisbon, they have their home opener against Ridgeland on Thursday night. We're back after this with our Olson Accounting starting lineups.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
I will be your guiding light, 'cause you don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
When you choose Farmers Union Insurance, you're backed by an insurance policy provider that meets your specific requirements. At Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency, they offer reliable insurance policies from homeowners, farm and ranch, contractors, small businesses, and more. Let Lance, Shelby, and the staff at Gullison Olson Agency take care of you today. For more information, stop into their office on Main Street in Lisbon for Farmers Union Insurance Gullison Olson Agency.
Let's get you ready for our starting lineups brought to you in part by Olson Accounting. You can check out Olson Accounting in Lisbon or simply go to their website, that is colsoncpa.com. If you need help with your monthly accounting or your payroll services, let Cindy and her staff give you a hand. Rely on the friendly team of professionals at Olson Accounting for all your tax and accounting requests. Again, go to colsoncpa.com to get going today. Let's get you ready here for the Lisbon Broncos starting lineups, head coach by Kara Tui. After Barb Sweet again stepped down, so Kara Tui now is the head coach this season for the Broncos. Riot Wertman, the 5'6 junior guard, 4 points per game, and also 16 made three-pointers from a season ago. Bryn Wiltsey, the 5'6 sophomore. From there, you have Cameron Hoff, a 5'7 sophomore forward as well. Both teams with just 2 seniors, so a lot of youth for both respective clubs. Brinley Differding, a 5'5 sophomore guard, averaging 2 points per game. And Jada Kunze, the 5'6 senior forward. Kunze, again, at 5'6". So one more time, Wortman, Wiltsey, Hoff, Differding, and Kunze. Lisbon Broncos in their red uniforms with the gold numerals and lettering here today, head coached by Kara Tui. We go from there to Northern Cass under the guidance of Kyle Morehart. Just like Kara on the opposite side, Kyle newly uncertain. The only difference is Kara's been on the staff in recent years for Lisbon, while Kyle coming down from Thompson in terms of girls basketball. He is a teacher as well in Hillsborough, but Kyle Morehart, again, the head coach for the Jags. They'll go like this. Hayden Crockett, the 5'9 senior guard, 58 three-pointers from a season ago, 25 points per game as well. Tess Jalbert, a 5'7 junior guard, averaging 5 points and 2 rebounds from last season's state tournament team. Liv Olson, a 5'8 junior forward. Also Addie Winterquist, the 6'1 senior forward, had 17 blocks last season, 5 points per game. And Reese Lavig, the 5'9 junior guard, here for the Jags. So Crockett, Jalbert with Olson, Winterquist, and Lavig here for Northern Cass, head coached by Kyle Morehart. The Jags in their white uniforms with the black numerals and lettering outlined in gold here tonight. That does it for our starting lineups, brought to you in part by Olson Accounting here today. It is the season opener for both clubs. 4 8-minute quarters, a 35-second shot clock. As it was in girls basketball last season, you go up to 5 for team fouls, and you'll reset every quarter. You get to 5, you get the double bonus. And we'll get you ready for high school basketball here today in Hunter. Lisbon will be going right to left, while Northern Cass will be going left to right. Opening tip on a Thursday night at 7:47, and the 2024-25 season is underway here for girls basketball in Hunter. Opening tap won by Lisbon. Both teams going to be a little scrappy in terms of their guard play, as Wortman gives this one around the horn to Kunze. Little 5-out offense right on the left baseline here, guarded by Crockett. Man-and-man defense here by the Jags. 20 seconds on the shot clock as the ball gets swung to Wiltsey. Wiltsey looking for a cutter, finds Wortman. Wortman with the dribble in for 2. Crockett got picked right, takes it for 2 points, and the opening 2 points on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard goes to the Lisbon Broncos. And Lisbon forces an early turnover, going right to the paint, off the window, and we'll see a foul. Olsen will pick up the foul, her first, team's first, and shooting 2 here for Lisbon is Brinley Differding, the 5'5 sophomore guard. Talking with Coach Tui, she mentioned they don't necessarily have a ton of size, but what they have is a ton of speed in terms of girls who've been able to compete at the state track meet in the relays, or also just by themselves in the 200, 400, and they want to use a ton of that, kind of create chaos throughout the course of the season. This one will be missed on the second. Addie gets the rebound. Jags doing a nice job transition, and the opening field goal of the season for Northern Cass comes with Olsen. Northern Cass will have a little size advantage here with Winterquist. Crockett trying to get in front of Wyatt Wortman, and Hayden will pick up a early foul. That'll be her first and the team's second. Curious to see how both teams kind of mature into the season early on. especially from a Coach Morehart perspective, getting to know the players, the girls, their tendencies, what they can do as Northern Cass gets a turnover. Hayden Crockett going hard to the paint, nearly gets the and one. Hayden will head to the free throw line for the first time this season, a spot that she was able to get to a ton of last year as a junior. First foul of the campaign for the Broncos here today will be with Differding, her first and the team's first, and Crockett trying to tie this one up. Free throw is up and no good, as she will have her second one on the way. But going back to Coach Morehart, you get to the early part of the season, just trying to get to know the tendencies, see what each player can do, and put them in their best role. It's the same thing for Coach Toohey. The difference is Coach Toohey has been with the program, so she kind of already knows from the JV perspective, C squad from prior years, what some of these players can do. But make no mistake, Lisbon Broncos want to get up and down and run the basketball here throughout the course of the season. Right-handed side, Wiltsey will handle it here. A little 5-out offense with the motion and cutting. Wiltsey is a lefty. Here goes Wertman. Hayden Crockett tried to get in front of it. Riot with the step-in long two-pointer. Can't get it to go, and the rebound comes to Olsen. That'll be her first. Near sideline, Reese Lavig. Lavig might have almost double-dribbled. Bounce pass to Crockett. Turnaround jumper, no. Rebound on the inside, though, for Liv. Her second. Shot on the interior by Lavig. Can't find the net, and this one will be tapped out of bounds. Good hustle there by Wiltsey. The Lisbon Broncos boxing out a little bit. Tied up at 3 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. For more information, you can check them out at dhb.bank. That again is dhb.bank. Left-handed side with the basketball is Wiltsey. Wiltsey looking for a cutter to Kunze. Now it goes to Wertman, who tries to split a double team. The foul will be on the floor, either of Jalbert or Crockett, and it will be on the help coming across the way on Tess. That'll be her first and the team's third. So 3 fouls early for Northern Cass in the opening 2 minutes of play, 1 for the Lisbon Broncos. Coming across, here's a deep three-pointer. The lefty no good by Wiltsey. Rebound comes down to Crockett. That'll be Hayden's first this season. No one's going to stop the ball, so Crockett goes to the paint off the window, can't finish, and a rebound gets tapped out to Differding. Crockett may be expecting to see a little bit of contact. Right-handed side, Wertman in transition. Right pocket 3. That'll go off the mark, and a board coming on the interior here to the 5'5 junior in Reese Lavig. Lavig up the floor. That goes to Crockett. Crockett on the right wing. Dribble pullback jumper. That'll go long. Olsen able to corral the loose ball for her third rebound. Interior goes Winterquist. Winterquist goes block to block, and she gets fouled, and Addie will be shooting some free throws. Free throw opportunities upcoming. The Lisbon Broncos will pick up the foul with Hoff, her first, team second. As Addie will be going to the free throw line to shoot 2. One of 2 seniors here for the Jags this season with Addie and also Hayden. Same on the opposite side for the Broncos. Just 2 seniors with Brea Sweet, also with Jada Kunze. As you have Carly coming into the contest as Addie goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Mars will check in now, the 5'8 junior. This one will be with Wiltsey. Wiltsey taking a couple dribbles. Jumper off the window, can't get it to go, and Winterquist will come down with the board. Good rebound by Addie as they find the kick out to Crockett. 4-3 lead for the Jags. Crockett on the baseline, can't get the runner to fall. Rebound by Differding, and Differding wants to run. It's a 2-on-2. Differding bounce pass to Riot, who then was on the baseline, and a turnover. That'll be the second for the Broncos. Sweet quickly checks in now for Lisbon. Brea averaging 2 points per game from a season ago. Pops the mouth guard in. 5:05 remaining here in the opening quarter. It's Division A Region 1 girls basketball. These 2 teams will play yet again in a couple weeks in Lisbon on December 16th. Here's a steal by Riot. Wertman looking to go coast to coast and does. Points in transition. Riot with all 2 field goals here for Lisbon, and the Broncos lead it by 1. Lavig here between the circles, goes behind the back, makes a nice move, gets to the baseline. Oh, what a move by Reese. Lavig, the junior guard, with her first field goal of the night. A little full court token pressure defense here by Lisbon and make that Northern Cass in Lisbon able to get this one across the front court. Wiltsey, right-handed side, finds it there to Carly. Back to top of the key to Riot. Wertman, top of the key 3. That'll miss. Trying to hustle after that one was Sweet. And this one will go out of bounds. Northern Cass will handle the basketball with Tess Jalbert. Both teams will be making their way in volleyball to this same division of A and region of 1 next fall. after the 2 classes will go to 3 divisions. Turnover number 3 here on the Jags. First state girls basketball poll released earlier this week. Yesterday, South Prairie Max number 1. The defending champs in Devils Lake 2 with Thompson 3, Shiloh Christian 4, and Wahpeton at number 5. Top of the key three-pointer, that'll graze the iron. Rebound comes down to Lavig, her 3rd, and then we'll have a tie-up with the Arrow possessioning Northern Cass. So again, South Prairie Max number 1, Devils Lake 2 with Thompson 3, Shiloh 4, and Wahpeton the Huskies at number 5. Receiving votes of Bottineau, Valley City, Kindred, and Dickinson Trinity. Region 2 awfully good last season with Thompson and Devils Lake. With those 2 4 wins, Minnewacan looking to be a potential player this season as well. Hayden Crockett with a turnaround jumper on the interior. She's got 3, and the Jags with their largest lead of the game here at 3. 8-5 at 3:30 remaining here in quarter number 1 for Northern Cass. The Jags force the 3rd turnover here. Jalbert finds Crockett. Crockett to the paint, off the window, and nearly gets the and one. Riot's going to get called for the foul, her 1st, team's 3rd. The good thing for Coach Tui is you got 1 on Riot, 1 on Cameron, and 1 on Brindley, so you're spreading the wealth out there. Crockett heads to the free throw line for her 3rd and 4th time of the evening. Free throw opportunity for Hayden on the 1st is good. Substitution, as we'll see the Broncos bringing back Hoff into the game also with Brindley Differding, Radanku as Kunze, and alongside Bryn Wiltsey will be checking out. Second one, 2-position game, makes an LA 5-point margin here for Hayden Crockett. 3 of 4 so far from the charity stripe. Northern Cass leads it by 5. Midway point here of quarter number 1. Right-handed side with the basketball to Hoff. Hoff looking for a teammate, finds a pass here to Sweet as they work at left-hand side now to Differding. Differding finds one right wing. This one will go to Maris as she looking to find a teammate in Sweet, but this can be stolen away, and then a really good job by Sweet hustling back defensively to pop the basketball out of Carly Ryder's hands, the 5'6" sophomore guard. Addie Winterquist will come in for Tess Jalbert here so far. 7 players have played so far here for Coach Moore. Hartwire, you've had 8 so far here for the Broncos. Top of the key, little flex offense. This will go on the interior to Crockett with the find. Crockett starting to add to it. Lauren Johnson gets the assist. There's a steal. Crockett jumper, no. Sweet trying to hustle after this one, and eventually the Broncos will come up with it with Differding's 3rd rebound. Differding going to bring it in the court, trying to get by their defender, and does. Lauren Johnson can't get in front of Differding here as Brindley goes coast to coast for her 3rd point. Hayden Crockett takes a ball screen, but moving just a skosh was Addie. Winterquist going to get tabbed with the foul. That'll be her 1st and the team's 4th. And just like Lisbon, Northern Cass, 4 different players with 1 foul, but that's their last to give of the quarter. Then it'll be bonus free throws remaining here for the Broncos. Well, teams make a couple of substitutions. Lavik guarding the ball right off the bat as Cameron Hoff returns into the contest. Hoff looking for a teammate. Bounce pass there to the top of the key to Differding. Differding in between the rings here with the step to left-handed side of Maris. Handles it at the free throw line, looking back door. Good cut on the way for Wiltsey. This one gets passed and off the hands of Sweet, and it'll be a turnover on the Lisbon Broncos. 2:10 remaining here in the opening quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Northern Cass leads at 12-7. Season opener for both teams. Winner gets to 1-0 on the season, but more importantly, 1-0 in Region 1 play. Crockett, ankle cross. Crockett gets the baseline high off the window, can't get it to go, and a rebound to Sweet. Sweet in transition going the other way, finding it, cutting and streaking. Wiltsey, no, but the putback good for 2. Differding, how do you do? 5 points and 4 rebounds in the opening 6 minutes. Tess Jalbert, transition, other side, 3-pointer. That'll graze the iron. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be last. Shuts off Wiltsey. But about the play there on the streaking Wiltsey, and Differding doesn't give up on the play. Able to get the loose ball rebound and put it back up for 2 and make it a 1-possession game. Hayden Crockett trying to get it in before a 5 count does to Tess. Tess here at the Northern Cass emblem at center court finds it to Crockett on this weaving action, not taking 1 but 2 ball screens, and Crockett from 16 feet buries it. Hayden's got 9 on this Tuesday night. Reese Lavik trying to get the poke away steal, gets the steal, but it's out of play into the front row on Jersey night here for the Northern Cass student section. as you will see Lisbon inbounding the basketball here with Hoff. Hoff to the high post, looking for someone, finds it to Mares. This one will go down to Differding. Differding spins, 7-footer off the window. Brinley Differding with the spin move. Having herself a nice night for the 5'5" sophomore guard. Jalbert looking for Lovick. This one will be turnover number 4, but the Jags immediately come out with a double team. Lisbon will see this as they will handle it. Here at the top of the key to Wiltsey. Wiltsey, now back between the circles to Differding, left-handed side as this will go to Wortman, looking on the interior, and Crockett gets the steal. And in Crockett with a runner from 12 feet, that'll rattle off, and we'll have a loose ball jump with Johnson also with Carley. The possession arrow is going to favor the Lisbon Broncos. Good, entertaining 7 minutes so far here in the quarter as Olsen checks into the game for Hayden Crockett, as the Lisbon Broncos will have to go with a full court pressure breaker, as they will see this with Differding. Differding across the front court. Lisbon with a chance to get within 1 or tie if they get a 3. With it with Wiltsey. Wiltsey step through on the left baseline, no. Rebound on the interior. This will be with Lauren Johnson. Johnson looking for Olsen, but it'll be turnover number 5 here on the Jags, and Lisbon can hold for the final shot. Coach Toohey calling out some instructions on the far sideline. Looking for a little flex, nothing there as the ball gets reversed to Hoff. Right-handed side now. This one will go to Differding. Back to top of the key. Game clock to 7 seconds. Hoff on the interior finds a streaking Differding. Differding inside off the window. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Northern Cass, and that's how we'll end an entertaining 8 minutes of play. It's Northern Cass 14, Lisbon 11 on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Broadcasting today from the Stock Growers Bank broadcast booth. You can check out Stock Growers Bank as they service the Lisbon and surrounding communities. Your small town bank and big time partner. You can go far with the Stock Growers Bank mobile app, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Chase Miller and Lily Austin with you here tonight up in Hunter as the Jags lead it by 3 to start this second quarter of play, as they will go to Tess Jalbert out of play, but it was last touch here by Bryn Wiltsey. The Jags, again, 18 wins, 9 losses a season ago. Their 4th state tournament appearance, the first since 2005, finishing 7th at the state tournament, defeating Watford City up at the Monmouth State Dome. Hayden Crockett on the interior, shot no. Off the front iron, Riot Wortman gets the rebound. Look at Riot want to go. Riot bounce pass. This one will be on the side, partially tipped by Addy on the opportunity by Wiltsey. Gets thrown out of play, and it will go towards Northern Cass. So good tip there by Winterquist just to get enough of that one to deflect it with Bryn Wiltsey's opportunity to try to make it a 1-point contest. Tess Jalbert crossing over, takes the ball screen there by Lavig. Left-handed side now to Winterquist. Winterquist with the weaving action inside the paint off the window. Can't get it to go on a board underneath and a tie-up, and the arrow this time will favor Lisbon. As Cameron Hoff was tied up with, and this will allow the Jags to set their full-court pressure defense. Northern Cass with 4 fouls as a team so far, where Lisbon has 3. This will go in the front court. Riot looking for a teammate, finds one sweet, 15-footer. That'll go long. Ball gets deflected and tipped into the hands of Crockett. Her second board of the game. Crockett finds a open Tess Jalbert for 2. Tess with her first field goal of the game. Broncos down by 5, but will handle this one. Cut to Kunze. Kunze lost it for a second, and she's on the baseline looking to get a little teammate help here with Sweet. Then we'll see an over and back and a turnover here on the Lisbon Broncos. Substitution as Sweet will check out. Coming in will be Differding. Also returning here for Northern Cass, you have Olsen on the floor here for the Jags. As the Jags have their original starting 5 here to start this second quarter. Crockett, left-handed scoop shot for 2. Hayden, the first one in double digits, has 11 of the Jags' 18 points. Northern Cass, 3-possession lead here in the first half, as they will find it now to Wiltsey, and then we'll see a blocking foul. This will be on the floor, and if this is on Tess, it'll be her second. Be the first player for either club to receive their second foul of the contest, as Tess will pick up her second, team's first again of the second quarter. For the Lisbon Broncos, as Carly will be checking back into the game. Trying to get through that elevator screen was Wiltsey, unable to do so. Cutting is Differding, leaves it right-handed side. Wortman for the triple, connects. Right with her first made 3 of the season. She's got 7, and the Broncos are back within 4. Crockett takes a ball screen looking for an answer 3. This will be off the front iron. Addy trying to go for it, and it goes in the hands of Kunze for the rebound. Broncos going to stop, a chance to make it a 1-possession game with a made field goal here. Differding, left-handed side, as this one will go to Riot. Wortman, 15-foot runner off the mark. Crockett with her third board. And then Lisbon does a good job immediately getting in the face of Hayden. Reese Lavig, no one's going to guard her, so Lavig going hard down the paint, lost it for a moment. It's still loose, and eventually the 6th turnover here on Northern Cass. Broncos with Wortman in the front court. Riot leaves it left and inside to Differding. Differding between the circles, again a 5-out offense, and they're looking to cut and find a way to get to the paint just like that for 2. Maris able to get the 2 points here. Carly takes a good little screen. They'll go right down Main Street for 2 points, and the Broncos, well, they're back within a bucket. Winterquist hard drive, able to get that one to go. As Addie gets her first field goal of this season, she's got 3 points. Jags lead it by 4. Broncos go the other side, losing it for a minute. Riot Wortman saves it, goes to Kunze, and then the pass is going to go out of bounds, so you get a turnover for a turnover with 5:01 remaining here in the first half. Checking into the game here for Northern Cass, able to see Kenneth Huzar, the 5'5", 7th grader, into the game for the first time here tonight. Also Faith Fury, the 5'10", sophomore forward. Fury on the guard here of Maris. She spins, she shoots, and that one nearly went down. Rebound goes to Huzar. Cadence will push the tempo here to Crockett. Crockett with a dribble pull-up from 17. Nothing but twine. Crockett with a Baker's dozen in scoring, and the Jags lead it by 6. Riot will utilize this. Both teams with all 5 timeouts remaining here in this opening half. Crockett trying to get over the screen does. This one gets tipped out to Differding, and then there's a turnover as Crockett will see this one. Leads a little 2-on-1. Crockett bounce pass. This one to Huzar, who gets fouled. Riot will pick up her second, and Cadence will be heading to the free throw line. 7th grader heading to the stripe here for the Jags. 22-16 with 4:25 remaining in the opening half on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. First free throw attempt is up and good. As you'll see, Lauren Johnson returning here for Northern Cass, while the Lisbon Broncos with Cameron Hoff returning here for the Jags. Free throw attempt number 2 on the way. 14-11 after 1 quarter. Jags with the advantage, and they've been adding to it here in the second. Free throw attempt number 2 is no good. Crockett over to Broncos. Can't get it to go, but Fury comes up with a loose ball. Leaves it now to Hayden. Hayden thought one from 25 feet. She'll step into one from 21, and why not? Hayden Crockett, nothing but twine. 7 points in the quarter, 16 in the contest. And Lisbon will travel with the basketball. Just strangling the pivot foot there is Differding, and a turnover here, and Coach Karatui wants a timeout. We'll break with them. 4 minutes, just over 4 minutes left here in the second. It's the Lisbon Broncos down by 10 against Northern Cass.
Wallach Johnson and Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
High school basketball here tonight on yourliveevent.com. 4:04 remaining before we get to our halftime show. Here this evening, take a look at the first half numbers. Games ahead for both respective programs, and get you ready for some more high school sports on yourliveevent.com tonight. That'll be our halftime show, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. As Northern Cass will come out with the timeout here, with Huzar will handle it. Cadence leaves it now to the top of the key to Johnson. Johnson finds it to Fury. Oh, what a nice cut from the left elbow to the right block. Faye Fury with the 2 points. Give Johnson the assist. She's got a couple of those so far. And the Jakes trying to open up this one out a little bit. Three-pointer will be long. Rebound here for Differding, and then we're going to get a foul on the floor as Differding gets her 5th rebound of the contest. Huzar will get called for the foul. That'll be Cadence's first, team's second. One foul here in the quarter for Lisbon, 2 for Northern Cass. First timeout brought to you in part by Bank North there with Coach Tui as Crockett able to get a steal, and then we'll see a foul on the floor. This might be on Sweet, we'll see. Sweet or Differding were there trying to get in front of Hayden. And instead it'll actually go on Wiltsey. So excuse me, Wiltsey will get tabbed with the foul. Her first, team's second. As Mara Kempel will check in. The 5'5 junior guard. Jags see this one to Johnson. Also into the game now is Olsen. There's a steal. Differding looking to go coast to coast right-handed. Lay it for 2. Differding with 9 of the 18 points here for the Broncos. Been very impressive so far with her ability to slash and get to the paint. Cause some havoc out there. Speaking of havoc, Huzar's pass goes to Fury. Can't get it. Rebound, though, tipped out. Johnson, 16-footer, no. It's still loose, and eventually Wiltsey will come up with it. And we'll see it going out of bounds here on Lisbon. Well, good job going back to Cadence there, getting inside the paint, making a nice pass, and eventually got the tap back out to Lauren Johnson for the Jakes to retain the possession. Crockett with a fresh 35 on the shot clock, inbounds it. Huzar smartly lets it go into the backcourt, now sets up the offense for the Jakes. Man-to-man pressure defense been applied by both teams here tonight. Aiden Crockett taking a couple of dribbles, finds it out of Fury. Fury bounce pass. This one will go to Lauren Johnson. Johnson on the interior is tipped out of bounds. Try that high little low game, and Crockett as a guard has the ability to post up and find different mismatches throughout the course of this season as Winterquist will come back. And you saw this last year for Coach D.C. Lucas, and I think Coach Kyle Morehart will try to take advantage of it as well. But Maria Sweet gets the tip. She gets the ball. Good hustle defense by Fury. Ball gets kicked out, worked around the horn. Thinking about a shot there was Differding. Takes a dribble, gets by her defender, and Differding in double digits with 11 points. The Broncos back with an 8. Crockett, right wing 3 from 24 feet. That'll be a long rebound. Fury comes up with it. On the interior now goes Winterquist. Nice pass by Huzar. Addy now with 5 points on the evening, and the Jags back up by 10. Left-handed side goes Kempel. Kempel looking for a bounce pass, and this one will go out of bounds on the bounce pass to Carly. And we get a timeout here for Coach Kyle Morehart. We'll keep it here. This timeout brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what value-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank. That's banknorth.bank today. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lenders. So both teams have taken one timeout so far here in the opening half of play. 30-20. At the end of one quarter, it was 14-11 Jags. So a good offensive quarter so far here for Northern Cass. 2:04 remaining here in the first half of play. Lisbon Broncos 4-18 season a season ago. Taking a look at the last time they made state was back in 1998. They've had a couple of opportunities prior to that. One of those years being 2017, 2018, going 18-5, losing in the Region 1 title to Kindred. Turnaround by Winterquist is no good, and Addie's going to pick up the foul. Kunze will earn the rebound, and Addie picks up her second, team's third. So for Northern Cass, 2 fouls of Jalbert and Winterquist so far. For Lisbon, 2 fouls of Riot Wortman. And we need to have a substitution, but not getting to the scores table quick enough was Tesh Jalbert. So Addie will have to play smart with these 2 personal fouls. Northern Cass with a foul to give Lisbon with 2 here before we reset at the half, and we'll have a traveling violation here on Differting. Able to zig and zag, as you'll hear coaches say, make them work east to west, not so much north to south, and that's exactly what Cadence was able to do there defensively and force a turnover. Huzar getting guarded here by Mara Keppel, right-handed side to Crockett. Crockett taking a little nail pick, getting on the interior, find it to Huzar. Huzar with the ball screen to the paint, runner in for 2. That's a little 2-man game. Huzar with her first made field goal in her varsity career. 3 points here, and yes, just a 7th grader. You saw Hallie Crockett, Hayden's older sister, able to play very young. The same with Hayden as well. They just keep on coming here for the Jags, and Crockett gonna foul Kunze. She's gonna make her earn it. Hayden will pick up the foul here as Crockett gonna pick up her second. Her and both Jada have a little smile on their face. You heard how the crowd go ooh for a second as Kunze will be going to the free throw line to shoot the pair here for the Lisbon Broncos. Free throw attempt number 1 is going to be long. Lisbon 1 of 3 so far from the free throw line, while the Northern Cass is 5 of 8 from that category. 76 seconds remaining here in the opening half before we get to our Hunter Insurance Agency halftime show. Free throw attempt number 2 is going to be off the backboard, no good. A rebound coming on the interior to Faith Fury. Right-handed side, Reese Lavig with a hard dribble bounce pass to Tesh Jalbert. As you'll see, Lavig handling this one. Lavig jumper from 17. Rim rattle and roll. Reese Lavig, 2 points in the first, 2 points in the second. Jags up by 14 here tonight in Hunter. Different in the front court in a traveling violation. Those are starting to mount here for Coach Tui's club. 10 so far in the quarter in terms of turnovers. The one good thing about the turnovers that they have committed, there has been a good chunk to allow the defense like this to reset. Hasn't been transition buckets for the Jags. Right-handed side, Huzar wants a 3. The rainbow 3 can't go. Rebound on the interior. Then we'll see a foul on the reach coming by Fury after the rebound on the inside by Wiltsey. That'll be her second. And we'll see the bonus, and this will be shooting 2. Foul will be actually tabbed with Olsen, so you had Faith and Liv there. They'll give Olsen the foul. That'll be her second. Team's 5th, and 2 free throws upcoming here for Bryn, the 5'6" sophomore guard. Wiltsey, left-handed free throw is going to be a little bit long. Lisbon, so far in this particular quarter, 9 points, trying to make it 10 with a made free throw. Second one, no good. Rebound, tapped out eventually. Wiltsey will come up with it. Then we'll have a tie-up, and this will be with Tesh Jalbert, and the possession arrow will favor Northern Cass. And with that, the shot clock will reset and allow Northern Cass to potentially take the final shot of the quarter. As you will see it here for the Jags, right-handed side, Huzar to the baseline to Olsen. Olsen with the dribble back to the top of the key. Fury leaves it to Huzar here. Nice little give and go to Fury off the window. Can't get it. Rebound to Kunze. That'll be her third. Northern Cass, again, they commit a foul. 2 free throws upcoming for Lisbon. Huzar wants to cause some pressure in the backcourt. Does. Different trying to get it across before it's the 10-second mark. They do with Wiltsey. Wiltsey making her way down the paint with 3 seconds. Left-handed runner to beat the horn. Wiltsey gets 2 points, and that's how we'll end our first half of play. After one half of play here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, it's Northern Cass 34, the Lisbon Broncos 22. Our halftime show is coming up next, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency.
The Lisbon Public School District ensures that all students will learn, experience success, and be good students from elementary through high school. The school staff and community takes great pride in providing meaningful, innovative opportunities for students who continue to maintain ACT scores above state and national averages. Watch your kids continue to grow within the Lisbon Public School District, from the playing surface to the classroom. For more information, go online to lisbon.k12.nd.us.
I will be your guiding light, 'cause you don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
The Northern Cass School District believes that every learner can change the world. That's why they provide a world-class education. Northern Cass will commit to purposely build trust, develop authentic relationships, and engage in innovative practices which will empower learners to be choice-ready. Northern Cass is dedicated and passionate about relationships, teaching and learning, self-reflection, acknowledging greatness, and support of the community. For more information, go online to northerncasschool.org. That's northerncasschool.org.
At the half, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. The Rosettes taking center stage here today in Hunter with the halftime performance as Northern Cass takes a 34-22 lead here at the half in Hunter. Again, this halftime show brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com. Northern Cass 14 points in the first quarter, 20 in the second. Lisbon with a pair of 11-point quarters so far for the Broncos. Team numbers go like this. Northern Cass, 7 players in the scoring column, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 18 rebounds, 1 made three-pointer, and 9 turnovers. While for the Lisbon Broncos so far, 4 players in the scoring column, 13 rebounds, 1 3, 1 of 6 from the free throw line, and 17 first-half turnovers for the Jags. Northern Cass individually led by Hayden Crockett with 16 points. She's got a 3. Also 3 of 4 from the line and 4 made rebounds. Again, Crockett with 16 points. 5 points then by Addie Winterquist with a rebound as well. 1 of 2 from the stripe. 4 points by Reese Lavig with 3 boards. 3 points for Huzar off the bench. 1 of 2 from the stripe and 2 rebounds. 2 points for Fury with 3 rebounds. Liv Olson with 2 points, 3 boards, and 2 points for Tess Jalbert as well. Lauren Johnson with a couple of rebounds and assists. But again, Northern Cass, 16 points, 4 boards for Hayden Crockett. Winterquist has 5 points. The Lisbon Broncos, Brindley Differty, 11 points, 5 rebounds here, scored 7 of her 11 in the first quarter of play. Differty again with 11. Riot Wortman with 7 and a main three-pointer in the second quarter. Bryn Wiltsey, 2 points, 3 rebounds. Carly Maris with 2 points, and then Jada Kunze with 3 rebounds here for the Lisbon Broncos. 11 points for Differding and 7 points for Riot Wortman. At the half, it's Northern Cass up by 12, brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. We come back after this, we'll let you know what's going on across the state of North Dakota with an out-of-town scoreboard look. Also, games coming up for both the Jags and the Broncos next here on your LiveEvent.com.
In today's fast-paced world, your business needs more than just numbers. It needs an alphabet roadmap with Olson Accounting. A is for accounts payable, where every dollar counts. B stands for balance sheets, keeping your finances on track. And C represents cash flow, the lifeblood of your business. At Olson Accounting, they're more than just number crunchers. Discover the difference with their trusted expertise, personalized service by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
At Polar Communications, innovation is in our DNA. We're pioneers, always looking ahead to what's next to ensure our communities thrive. We were the first in the state to offer gig services, and we didn't stop there. We continue to lead the way in delivering high-quality, reliable technology to your doorstep. A better experience starts here.
Riverside Building Center in Lisbon, North Dakota is Southeastern North Dakota's premier building supply headquarters. They have it all from the basic home improvements to complete pre-built homes. Their staff is knowledgeable in every product they sell and have over 110 combined years of experience. With their large inventory to sell from and a fleet of 6 delivery vehicles, Riverside Building Center in Lisbon can bring the products to your job site. From a hammer all the way to a home, they have you covered. Visit rbclisbon.com today. Riverside Building Center in Lisbon.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Winter, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
From on-site farm repairs to maintaining the condition of your vehicle, trust the staff at Welton's Tire Service. They've served the Lisbon area since 1972, guaranteeing customers satisfaction and workmanship from farm equipment, tire services, and preventative vehicle maintenance. You'll find it all from affordable prices, free estimates, to their knowledgeable technicians answering any question. Welton's Tire Service is locally owned and located on Main Street in Lisbon. For information, go online to weltonstire.net or call 701-683-5136.
Taking a look at your out-of-town scoreboard here up in Hillsboro, the Burros look to put a season-opening win against the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers. HCV last look led it by 9, 62-53 with about 15 seconds left to go in the contest. Sargent County and South Border in the third quarter playing Division B down in Gwinner. Sargent County 39, South Border 20 with 6:16 left to play. Upcoming here in the a third quarter of play again in girls basketball. That's just some of the action across the state of North Dakota here tonight. Minnesota boys basketball, first half of play, Ada Borup West 34, Park Christian 29, and 34-29. Ada Borup West leads it over Park Christian. That again in the first quarter of play, or first half of play on the Minnesota side. So that's a look at some of the scores. As once we get to our post-game show, we'll get to the complete scoreboard across the state of North Dakota here this evening. Out-of-town games coming up here for both teams moving on. The Lisbon Broncos return home for their season opener at home. Their home opener on Thursday, hosting the Richland Colts. Opening tip around 7:30. Brent Dick will have the call here on yourliveevent.com, and then they will make their way to Castleton for a date with Central Cass on December the 12th. Well, for Northern Cass after tonight, they will be familiar with the drive to Valley City. They will partake in the Barnes County basketball tournament on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday next week. In the quarterfinals, they will go up against White Shield at 3 o'clock from the W.E. Osmond Fieldhouse, or the Bubble, in Valley City. That again, the Barnes County basketball tournament. We'll have that for you on yourliveevent.com. At the half, Lisbon and Northern Cass. It's the Jags up by 12. That does it for our halftime show. Brought to you in part by Hunter Insurance Agency. Contact Johnny Jorgensen and the crew at Hunter Insurance Agency, or go to hunterinsuranceagency.com. Back with second half action next from Hunter.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
In a world of chaos, you need superhero-level protection.
I keep telling everyone they need to get the right protection for their lifestyle. Some do. We do.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Get the right protection for your lifestyle. Go to IREinsurance.com to get a free quote and consultation.
As we start the second half of play after the quick inbounds, you'll have a block here on Reese Lovick. That'll be her first and the team's first to start this second half of play. Lovick with Jalbert, Winterquist, Crockett, and also on the floor in Olsen here for Northern Cass. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, Differding looking to cut back door to Kunze. That'll go out of a turnover. Weltsy also on the floor here. And then from there you have Differding and also Riot Wortman, the original starting five. High school basketball here today from Hunter, Chase Miller, and Layla Austin with you here on this Tuesday night. As Crockett dribbles into the front court looking for a bounce pass. Finds one. Winterquist off the backboard, can't go. And Kunze gets her fourth rebound of the game. Riot Wortman in the front court here. Dribbles with that right hand, guarded by Jalbert. Riot leaves it top of the key as this one will go to Differding as they reverse it around the horn. Wortman open, asking for it from 24 feet. The three tickles the twine. Raya buries another one. Her second made three of the night, now in double digits with 10. Nice start for the Broncos. Here to open the third quarter. Crockett, 17-footer, answered, book it. Hayden Crockett now with 18 on the evening. You give Riot or Hayden the opportunity to shoot, the ball is going to be going up quicker than he can blink. As Lisbon, turnover. Crockett goes up the floor, eventually to Jalbert, can't get it. Olsen unable to utilize that, and Riot earns the rebound here. As Riot Wortman going down the paint, nice pass across to Differding. Differding finds Wiltsey with a high rainbow from 16 feet. No, nice little hockey assist, but can't get it to go, and this one is tapped. The hockey assist by Riot as she tapped it across the way, and then we'll see a jump ball. And 6:39 left to play here in the third quarter. So far for both teams, it's been a scrapper here in this third. Hayden Crockett crossing over, ball screen coming by Winterquist. Winterquist goes on the inside for two. Nice little two-man game as Addie finishes with the 2 points on the pick to the roll as you give Crockett the assist, and Addie now with 7. Weltsy will see this one in the front court, and Coach Toohey wants a quick timeout. We'll break with them on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, share their heritage and their future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Go to dhb.bank.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Timeout on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to ibanknorth.com to find a branch or location near you serving both the Northern Cass and Lisbon school districts respectively. Bank North, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Go to banknorth.bank. That is banknorth.bank, their new website. As Northern Cass leads it 38-25 here, 6:18 remaining in the third quarter. The Broncos will have 3 timeouts remaining here throughout the rest of the game, while Northern Cass, they will have 4 after the timeout. All the players getting reset. 28 seconds on the shot clock. We'll get this second half, or this third quarter, now back under play. Sweet to the left-handed side to Wiltsey. Wiltsey looking for a cutter to Riot. This one will go out of bounds. We've seen Lisbon utilize the action where they'll bring the guard down to the block, then kind of rub off a post player or another guard at the free throw line. They've gotten some nice little plays off of that action so far here tonight to get something to the stripe. Bounce pass, Winterquist using her size to the advantage and going to the line for 2. Addie able to go from the right to the left block. She gets hit on the wrist going up. As we see the foul coming here against Lisbon, that'll be their first of the quarter. And going to the line will be Winterquist shooting 2. Free throw attempt is up and no good. Weltsey going to get tapped for the foul. That'll be her second as Addie at the line for her second. Free throw attempt is up and no good. Board coming down underneath with Weltsey. That's her 4th rebound of the game. Outlet pass goes to Riot. As Wortman finds it, bounce pass to Kunze. Kunze with a couple of dribbles, looking for a teammate to cut open. One does here with Wiltsey, top of the key, three-pointer halfway down. Ball gets deflected out of bounds, gets deflected right to Olsen for her 5th rebound. And we'll have a foul on the way here on the Lisbon Broncos. Carly will pick up the foul. That'll be her first, team's second. And we'll see Northern Cass go to the bench. Carly Ryder, the 5'6" sophomore, will check in as Lavig will come out of the game. And then Crockett will go hard to the paint and count it. Crockett now with 20 points. Gets the and one opportunity as well. As the foul will be coming on Sweet. That'll be Brea's first and the team's third. And after a 34-22 lead at the half, Northern Cass has added on to it with a 6-1 run to start this third quarter. Play now make it 7-1. Crockett with the and one opportunity as the Jags now 6 of 13 from the free throw line as a team. Right-handed side goes to Maris, and she will handle it at the right wing. Taking a dribble, going into a double team, and Crockett is there. The arrow will favor Lisbon Broncos. On a high school girls basketball game, just over 45 minutes old so far here today from Hunter. Kunze coming up to the high post, and we'll see a foul here on Addie trying to get after the loose ball. Winterquist will pick up the foul, her third, team's second. First player with 3 fouls here on the night. She'll check out. Faith Fury, the 5'10" sophomore, will come into the game. Sweet on the near sideline, finds it to Kunze here on the baseline, uses that dribble. Bounce pass goes to Differding, takes the ball screen, lane opens up. Differding shot partially blocked there by Crockett. Differding stays with it, turnaround jumper is short. Another loose ball underneath, this one coming with Maris, then she's tied up and the arrow will go towards Northern Cass. So we've seen the Jags a couple times here in this game able to get a partially deflected or fully blocked shot here against these Lisbon Broncos shooters. Chalmert in the front court, pops a pass left-handed side as Ryder uses the dribble up to Fury near sideline now Crockett. Crockett making her way to left short baseline, back to top to Fury looking on the reverse. Fury looking backdoor on the cut, nothing is there now to Crockett, but this is going to be eventually a steal and the Broncos will get a foul. Crockett going to get called for the foul. That'll be her third, team's third, and shooting 2 will be Differding. 10th turnover of the game for Northern Cass, a costly one, as now you have your post and also now your starting guard in Crockett, both with 3 fouls, but it was a hard-earned foul as Differding misses the free throw. Huzar will check into the game, as checking out will be Liv Olsen. And we'll see another free throw attempt here for the Lisbon Broncos. Game number 1 of the season for both clubs respectively here tonight. Free throw attempt number 2 will rattle in there for Differding, now with 12. 2 of 4 from the free throw line for Brindley as well. Huzar, right-handed side, gives that now to Ryder. Ryder skips it to Crockett. Crockett from 24 feet, nothing but twine. Crockett 8 points in the quarter. That's going to be her second main 3 as well of the contest. And Crockett now with 24. Lisbon back up top. This will go to Wiltsey. And Crockett able to get the steal. Crockett looking to go coast to coast. Left-handed scoop and score. Crockett with 26. 20-point margin here for the Jags. Lead it by 20 here with 4 minutes left to play in this third quarter on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard. Drive kick, shot by Kunze, no. Rebound here will somehow end up in the hands of Ryder. Outlet to Crockett, and good hustle defensively by the Broncos as they're going to get it right back, and then we'll see a turnover, then a foul. So Ryder will pick up the foul, her first, team's fourth. It'll be bonus opportunity for the rest of this quarter for Lisbon. We'll see that one go out of play as well for a turnover on the Jags. Good hustle by Riot to get back defensively. Her and Sweet as well. Ball goes right-handed side to Wiltsey. Wiltsey finds it to Riot. Riot from a 25 feet off the mark. No long rebound. And this will go out of play and be Northern Cass basketball. So if you're the Jags, how much more can you balloon this lead up before you get to the fourth quarter? Well, if you're Lisbon, trying to get it maybe down to that 12, 14-point margin, give yourselves a better chance going in the fourth quarter. As we'll see a foul as Crockett goes to the line to shoot 2. As the foul will be coming against Differding, her second. So for the Broncos, Wertman, Wiltsey, and Differding with 2 fouls apiece. Both teams now with 4 team fouls. Region 1 this year of Division A looks the same as last year. Central Cass, Kindred, Oak Grove, Valley City, Wahpeton, and these 2 teams will make up the region here again this season in both boys and girls basketball. Crockett, 2 for 2 from the stripe, now with 28 points. Largest lead here for the Jags, 48-26. Region 1 getting 1 team in the top preseason 5 poll with Wahpeton at number 5. Three-pointer will be Cameron Hoff. That'll go long. Rebound goes to Sweet, back to the top. Sweet at the right wing looking for Riot. Nothing there. Sweet takes a hard dribble, and then we'll see a bonus. Ryder going to get tabbed with the foul with the reach. 2 free throws upcoming here for Sweet. So Brea goes to the free throw line to shoot 2 as they will make a substitution after the first free throw attempt here for the Broncos. Brea goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. First, the right-handed toss is good. Broncos 2 of 3 from the quarter from the free throw line. As checking in here for Northern Cass will be Nyla Erickson, the 5'5 freshman guard. Also returning to the game again, see on the floor here. Ryder as well will continue. Erickson right on cue, gets a loose ball rebound here for the freshman. Erickson then will walk with it in the front court looking for a teammate there with Huzar. So some youth on the court for Kyle Morehart here. 12th turnover of the contest. Broncos will see this one in the front court as they will handle it to Wiltsey. Wiltsey right at the key looking for a teammate. Finds one now to Hoff. Hoff with a hard dribble inside. Left-handed layup for 2. Nice move by Cameron Hoff. Sophomore forward went right to the 10. Other side, Ryder, three-pointer, got it, but there is a foul. Basket is good, and then a foul here will be coming. We'll see if it's on Northern Cass or Lisbon as they will talk this over. The basket is good for Carly Ryder. That's a three-pointer. And there's going to be 2 free throws here for Lisbon as a foul will be assessed on Northern Cass. So foul's going to get tabbed on Hayden Crockett here. That'll be her 4th with the push as the ball went through the cylinder. Crockett trying to get the offensive rebound. Now you see 2 fouls upcoming here for Differding, or 2 free throw attempts, that is. Differding, free throw attempt will miss. Crockett will check out as Tess Jalbert will come in with 2:43 remaining here in the third quarter. Lisbon, free throw attempt number 2 here for Differding is up, and it's good. Differding with 13 points. Broncos back within 21. Tess Jalbert, right-handed side. Jumper in transition for 2. Get the ball in quickly after a made free throw. Transition game for the Jags pays off with an easy jumper there for Tess. Wiltsey right of the key with the basketball. Finds it now to Sweet as they reverse it left-hand side to Differding. Differding ripping it through to the top of the key to Kemple. Right-handed side again to Sweet. Sweet gives it to Wiltsey. Wiltsey coming through the paint, losing it on her way up, and eventually Tess Jalbert comes up with the steal. Tess looking to go coast to coast. Nice little step through, no. Rebound on the interior here with Wiltsey, and then there will be a foul on Northern Cass. Wiltsey gets her 5th rebound of the game, and she will be rewarded with 2 free throws. And some more free throw attempts again for the remainder of this quarter. Both teams in the double bonus. Foul will be on Nyla Erickson, her first. If this was the old way of 7 fouls and then 10, 7 with the single bonus, Lisbon would be there regardless for the rest of the contest. So that what allows, with the new rules put in place last year, to allow to reset after the quarter break, and that's what they'll have here. Free throw attempt number 2 is rattling in for Wiltsey as well. Broncos shooting better here in the quarter from the free throw line as they are now 5 of 8 from the stripe as a team. However, trailing it by 21, 2 minutes left to play here on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard in the third. Ryder on the inside, jumper no. Rebound going to be won by Differding. That'll be her 6th. Differding sees this one by Ryder get poked out of bounds, and it will stay Lisbon basketball. Lisbon with 11 points in the first and second quarters, so far here with 10 in the third. Northern Cass 14 points in the first 8 minutes, 20 in the second 8 minutes, and so far 19 here in the third. And we'll see a jump ball. The arrow will make its way towards Lisbon one more time. As the Broncos here with Cameron Hoff slated to inbound it. Hoff gives it to the top of the key to Welty. Welty between the circles here, right-handed side to Hoff. Hoff ripping it through right to left inside the paint. Runner from 15, no good. Rebound eventually comes out of bounds. And the board does come down to Huzar, but she'll lose it, and it'll be a turnover here on the Jags. Broncos to inbound the basketball right in front of their bench. As you will see Lisbon here with Cameron Hoff. Hoff here at the top of the key finds it now to Differding. Differding, right-handed side. Riot with the three-pointer, got it to go. Riot with her third made triple of the contest. She's got 13. Other side of the floor goes Ryder, and there's a little foul, or we see a timeout beforehand. Kyle Morehart wants a timeout. We'll break with him. 72 seconds left to play here in quarter number 3.
Visit Nedham Seeds Caledonia for LCS wheat seed varieties, Trigger Cannon, and 2 new varieties named Buster and Dual. Call Rocky Nedham Seeds Caledonia. They also have proven wheat seed SY Velda from AgriPro. Your local Pioneer dealer, Rocky Nedham Seeds Caledonia, with corn, soybean, sunflower, and alfalfa seed for your farm and SeedX sugar beet seeds. Call Rocky 701-430-1149, Nedham Seeds Caledonia.
Timeouts on the floor brought to you in part by Bank North here today in Hunter. 53-35, Jags with the advantage over the Lisbon Broncos. It was 34-22 after one half of play. Back and forth early with Lisbon and Northern Cass, but since Northern Cass has led after the opening 8 minutes, they have yet to relinquish the lead here throughout the rest of this contest. Again, timeout brought to you in part by Bank North. Go to their website one more time. That is banknorth.bank. And again, banknorth.bank. Division A girls basketball poll. South Prairie Max, number 1. Devils Lake 2 with Thompson 3. Shiloh 4 and Wahpeton 5 in the North Dakota Associated Press Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association preseason top 5 in the state for Division A. After the timeout, you'll see this one to Erickson. Erickson, good bounce pass to Tess, who gets fouled. It's an end one. Jalbert now with 6, a chance to make it 7 at the line. Foul will come across here on Riot Wortman. That'll be her third, team's 5th of the quarter. Free throw attempt here for Tess. 6 points, now make it 7. Jags able to get by the Kindred Vikings and make their way into the Region 1 championship last season against the Valley City Highlanders to get to the state tournament in those semifinals and the Region 1 championship last season. Broncos in the front court. Riot will leave it on the baseline. Then we'll get a foul here. Carly Ryder with the foul. That'll be her third, and free throws upcoming here for Riot. Riot with 13 points so far in the contest. 50 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Free throw opportunity, 1 of 2 here for Riot. Seeing the Broncos, this is their 4th different player with a chance to shoot a free throw here in the quarter. They've all at least made 1 of their attempts. Bare minimum. Free throw attempt number 2 is good. Riot with 8 points in the quarter, a couple threes, a couple free throws. You add them all up so far, 15 points to lead the floor here for Lisbon. Tess Jalbert muscling her way on the inside. Shot will be off the mark. Rebound goes to Differding, her 7th. Differding now in the front court finds Wiltsey. Wiltsey in transition for 2. Wiltsey's got 6 points. Give Differding the assist. And now for Northern Cass, chance to take the final shot of the quarter, but trying to get the steal was Differding. She'll get tabbed with a foul instead. That'll be her third, and more free throws here in the quarter. And the game here in the third has been the free throw line, especially as of late. As you'll see the Jags here with Huzar go to the free throw line. Cadence will be showing the first of 2. Free throw attempt is up and off the mark. So far you got 3, 4, 6, and this will be the 8th free throw attempt for Northern Cass here in the third. Our free throw attempt on the second, no good. Ball tapped out of play towards Lisbon. Well, for the Broncos, 6. They've shot 10 free throws for Lisbon, so 18 free throws combined here in the quarter. And one of those in game number 1 where their fouls, not moving the feet, playing a little bit of the hand-checking game, and referees will give you a chance to get away with it early. As Wiltsey goes up, Tess Jalbert gets called with the foul here. Tess might have got a little bit of the forearm with Wiltsey going up. Regardless, Tess gets tabbed with her third. And now you'll see Bryn Wiltsey to the free throw line. 6 points, 5 rebounds for the 5'6" sophomore guard, and make it now 7 points. Free throw attempt number 2 upcoming here for Lisbon. As Wiltsey on the second is up and in. Nice performance so far, 8 points. Jags, other side of the floor, making their way. Shot no, rebounds is loose. Eventually, the Jags come up with it. Erickson shot before the horn, no good. Put back off the bucket is good for Ryder. As Ryder is able to finish with the offensive board putback for 2. After 3 quarters of play, it's 58-41 Jags on the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
At Stock Growers Bank in Lisbon, let them turn your dreams into reality and help watch them grow. Loan Officer Wyatt Smith will give you a tailored solution to fit your unique requests. From farming, buying a new home, or investing in your future, he has you covered. Stock Growers Bank celebrating 125 years of banking in your local communities. For more information, call Wyatt at 701-683-5000. Stock Growers Bank, where your success is their top priority. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
High school basketball here today on YourLiveEvent.com. The final 8 minutes of regulation here. We'll see if the Broncos come out to come back or if the Jags can fend off the Broncos here late in this particular contest for Region 1 girls basketball here from Hunter, North Dakota. Hayden Crockett on the inside off the window, playing a nice little on the interior. As we alluded to earlier, as much as Hayden can shoot the ball, she can post up with the best of them as well. Tess Jalbert gives it on the inside to Crockett. Crockett now with a cool 30 on the night. Left-handed side, Crockett trying to get after it. Loose ball goes to Wiltsey. Wiltsey gets fouled on her way up, and she will go to line to shoot 2. Bryn been to the free throw line, now 5th and her 6th time here in the quarter. Now make it in the half. Foul be on Tess Jalbert. Starting to see some chess pieces pick up some fouls here for Coach Kyle Morehart. You got 4 on Crockett, 4 on Tess, and 3 on Addie. Free throw attempt number 2 here for Wiltsey, trying to at least split the 2 free throws. Misses the second. Rebound comes down to Addie. Reese Lavig leaves it to Crockett. Crockett finds it on the interior. A power dribble off the mark. No good by Olsen. Ball's on the deck. It's a loose ball, and it's going to make the way to Lisbon. One thing that Coach Toohey talked about, wanted to see some quick, fast hands, good defense, transition game. Overall, been nicely done from that perspective for game number 1 here for the Lisbon Broncos. Team, again, that's not going to necessarily have a ton of size on the season, but they got some speed and quickness, and that's what they'll try to provide here on the basketball court. As Lisbon will work it left-handed side to Hoff. Hoff goes to the baseline to Wiltsey. Wiltsey with a couple dribbles. Dribble pullback. Rainbow 3 in there. Bryn Wiltsey with the triple. Now in double digits with 11. Well, Coach Kyle Morehart talked about wanting to see good defense, try to minimize turnovers, and get some rebounds here today were some of his keys to the game. Crockett, long shot, no. Rebound with Kunze here. That'll be her 5th. Lisbon with Riot Wortman. Trying to get another bucket here, see if he can get a mini little run going. This will go to Differding, 15-foot runner, no. Rebound gets tapped down, and eventually saving this one will be Olsen. Riot Wortman almost gets the steal the other way. Now it goes to Lovick. Reese Lovick wants to push to Tesh Jalbert. Jalbert finds it to Crockett just inside the three-point line. Shot no. Rebound goes to Reese, and the bounce pass gets stolen away here by Riot. Wortman going coast to coast for two. Riot's got 17. She scored in every quarter. Kyle Morehart, see if he wants a timeout or lets them play through one more possession here. Crockett to the top. Finds it to Addie. Addie backing her way down, and there's a foul. As this will come on the interior with Hoff more than likely. Foul will be on Cameron. It'll be her second. Team's first of the quarter. As now you'll go to the free throw line to shoot two here with Addie. Free throw attempt is going to be off the mark. Winterquist now 1 of 5 from the free throw line. As you'll see Lauren Johnson returning to the floor. Also Huzar here for the Jags. Lisbon Broncos, Maris able to return as well, and then Sweet. Free throw attempt number 2 by Addie, nothing but net. Now with 8 points on the evening. Jags lead it by 15 here at the 6-minute mark. How quickly can Lisbon cut it to 10? Going to be the question here for the Broncos. Wiltsey, right-handed side, looking for Kunze. This one will tapped out of bounds, and it will stay with the Lisbon Broncos. If you're Lisbon, you'd like to get it to single digits or 10 with about 3:30 to 4 minutes left to play in the game. For Northern Cass, looking for a defensive stop and see if he can add on to this lead, led by 17 going into the quarter. And we'll see a double dribble. Double dribble by Differding, trying to get that pass to Jada. As we'll see, turnover starting to mount a little bit here for Lisbon. Better in the second half, but they do have 23 so far in the game. Both teams exclusively man-to-man pressure defense so far. Tesh Jalbert sees this one. Nice hand up the line there by Wiltsey as the ball gets tapped out of play. Northern Cass and Lisbon with 3 timeouts remaining, and also both have a foul so far here in the quarter. Crockett up and over on the pass. Winterquist, no backside help, and Addie, nice little turnaround baby hook for 2. She's in double digits with 10. Bringing a front. There's no backside help. Easy pass for Crockett. Gave it to Addie on the inside. Wiltsey, little hesitation crossover. Finds Kunze. Thinking to shoot. Thought better of it. Now to Differding. Differding ripping it through. Shot no. Partially blocked. Wiltsey gets it on the interior. Wiltsey puts it up off the window. Wiltsey with another rebound step through, and Winterquist is there. Able to get that, and we're going to see a foul upcoming. Foul will come on Lisbon with Wiltsey trying to hustle after that a couple of times. Does get a couple of boards to pad the stats there, but regardless, she'll get tabbed with the foul. That'll be her third, the team's second here. Under 5 minutes to play before we get to our post-game show. Name your Enbridge Energy player of the game. That and more is still to come on the post-game report. Tesh Jalbert, right-handed side now to the top of the key as they reverse it left wing as this one goes to Huzar. Here goes Crockett, top of the key, three-pointer, no. Winterquist, though, with the rebound, put back, can't get it to go, and then we'll see a foul on Addie. Addie will pick up her 4th. She gets another rebound, and then Kunze earns another board as well. She's got 6 on the night for Jada. 4:32 left here in quarter number 4. Northern Cass up by 17 points. As now you got 3 Jags with 4 personal fouls. Lisbon 5-out offense as they've done throughout the majority of the night. Taking a couple of dribbles. Just Maris to the right-handed side to Wiltsey. Wiltsey going hard inside the paint. We'll get a tie-up here with Huzar, and the arrow is going to go back to Northern Cass. Timeout on the floor with Coach Kyle Morehart. Will break as well. Timeout brought to you in part by Bank North with 4:18 left in quarter 4.
Halsted Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halsted, Shelley, Neilsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halsted Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halsted Telephone Company today.
This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Many factors impact your ability to increase profits on the farm. Make sure your planter is an asset and not a liability. Some limiting factors in making the perfect planter pass are row maintenance, meter calibration, and downforce management. It will not cost you anything to have the conversation about identifying solutions for these limiting factors. Agassiz Precision Ag, 636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Make sure you patronize all of our sponsors for allowing us to bring you high school athletics throughout the course of the regular season in the fall and now into the season of the winter as well, whether it's wrestling with Lisbon, Northern Cass, boys, girls basketball. Also, Lisbon able to approve baseball and softball coming up here later this spring. Tess Jalberg gives it to Crockett. Crockett's got 2 more points. And with 32, give Tess the assist. But again, the school board last month in November approving softball and baseball now moving forward for the Broncos. There's a steal, and there's a score. Lauren Johnson for 2 points. And off the timeout, 4 consecutive points here for the Jags. Lisbon left it inside to Riot. Wertman here looking for a teammate. Takes a couple of dribbles between the rings. Right to the key. Rainbow 3-pointer. That'll go off the mark. Ball out of play, and it will be Northern Cass basketball. Cameron Hoff will check in. So Lisbon again winning the Legion State Baseball Championship in B this year at Lemoore. Now we'll have an opportunity to play as the Broncos when it comes to the high school athletics coming up here in the spring. Just a matter of are they going to be in Region 1 or Region 3. Softball will be in the Southeast region where Northern Cass plays baseball. If Lisbon's in Region 3, they will go up against the Lemoore, the Carringtons of the world in region play. If they're in Region 1 for baseball, they would end up playing Northern Cass, Central Cass, Kindred, and alike. Winterquist going hard on the inside. Lawson, that's going to be an offensive charge. So an offensive charge here on Addie. She will foul out and finish the night with 10 points, 4 rebounds. Winterquist goes 2 of 6 from the free throw line for Addie. So again, 10 points on the night here for Addie. She will check out. Faye Fury will check back in. Regardless here for both teams, win or lose, I think if you're Coach Tui on the Broncos side, your first game as a varsity head coach here for Lisbon, and the same for Coach Morehart, his first game with the Jags. I like what they've seen. Obviously, game number 1, stuff to clean up as the coming weeks come up here in December. But both teams got after it on both sides of the ball. Fury, in and out, no good. Rebound by Wiltsey. Wiltsey going for a double-double tonight. That's her 8th rebound of the game. Wortman to the top of the key to Differding. Differding reverses it left-hand side out of Hoff. Hoff to the baseline to Wiltsey. Wiltsey, jumper from 17. That'll go along. Rebound goes to Differding, her 8th rebound. And then eventually will lose the handle and a turnover on the Broncos. And for the Jags, leave it to Tess Jalber. Jalber with a deep 3-pointer here in transition. That'll be off the front iron. Rebound on the inside. Crockett working for it. And we'll see a tie-up as Hayden hits the deck. And Hayden will come out. And the jump ball will go towards the Lisbon Broncos. As you will see Carson Melander, the 5'3 freshman guard, getting a run now for Northern Cass. Sweet in the game as well here, as you'll see this one with Jada Kunze on the baseline. Wiltsey taking the ball screen. Wiltsey leaves it to Kunze here. Kunze looking for a teammate. Finds one to Wiltsey. Wiltsey with a dribble. Shot is up. No good. Wiltsey stays with it, trying to put it back up. And this shot is going to rattle out, and then we'll have a jump. And the arrow here will be going towards Northern Cass. So Wiltsey gets her 9th rebound here as the arrow will favor the Jags with 1:49 remaining. Hayden Crockett will check out of the game with 32 points. Carly Ryder to check back in. Think we'll see Hayden for the rest of the night here with under 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. As Northern Cass, good ankle crossover there by Huzar to the baseline. Jumper on the way is good. Lauren Johnson gets in the scoring column. She's got 4. Back in the scoring column again, that is, here for the Jags. Right-handed side with the basketball's Hoff. Hoff leads it to Wiltsey. Wiltsey with a couple of dribbles. Now to the left wing to Sweet. Sweet back to the top of the key, and that one will eventually be in over and back with Hoff. Lisbon back to practice tomorrow, and then another game against Richland on Thursday. After that, they'll have a week to get ready for Central Cass and another Region 1 opponent on December the 12th. As we'll have a foul here on the Jags after Kunze gets the steal. All for Northern Cass, they'll have a week in between games as they'll get ready for 3 games in 4 days next week in Valley City in the Barnes County Girls Basketball Tournament. Playing White Shield on Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock from VCSU. 3-pointer, that'll go long here for Hoff. Rebound won by Ryder. Ryder up, and that'll be a turnover on Northern Cass, looking for Fury. So Northern Cass will improve to 1-0 on this season, 1-0 in Region 1 play, while Lisbon will drop to 0-1 on this season and 0-1 in Region 1 play. As you'll see Laylee Dick into the game, the 5'8 freshman, will check in for the first time. Also Ava Adair, a 5'6 freshman as well for the Lisbon Broncos. And for the Broncos, we'll see where they go. Left-handed side, Dick with the basketball, looking for a cunning teammate, finds one to Wiltsey, and Wiltsey gets fouled on her way up. Melander will get called for the foul, her first. And Wiltsey will head to the free throw line. 11 points, 8 rebounds on the game. See Brinley Differty with 13 points and 11 boards as well. Then Wortman with 17 points. So balanced scoring for a 3-headed kind of monster here for Coach Tui so far with those 3 in particular. And then from there, the scoring kind of went down. But the question will be, going forward, what can they possibly do, adding some more playmakers towards them. As you will see, Northern Cass with the basketball here. Kenan Suzar with it, leaves it to the baseline. Jumper for Fury. This one will go off the mark. Rebound, tosses it for, and eventually Kemple will come up with it here with Mara Kemple, and we'll see a turnover. As all that the Jags need to do now is just dribble out the basketball here, and they will be victorious in their first game of the 2024-25 season, but this one gets tapped out of bounds. As you will see, Lisbon get one more crack at the rock here. Going hard to the inside, Wiltsey yet again, shot no. Rebound will be with Kemple, her second. Wiltsey throws it up, and there's another foul. Ryder's going to pick up her 4th, and Wiltsey back to the free throw line yet again here for the Lisbon Broncos. 69-48 as Wiltsey will go to line to shoot 2. And kind of living at the stripe here in this 4th quarter. This will be her 4th and make that her 5th and 6th opportunities. 10 free throw attempts in the second half here for Wiltsey. Brent able to go 1 of 2 from the free throw line. As Northern Cass will take a couple of dribbles here with Melander, right-handed side of Fury. Fury back to Melander here, and Coach Morhart says just hold on to that puppy, and the Jags will open up the season with a 69-49 win over Lisbon. Broncos 8 points in the quarter, Northern Cass with 9. Next up for Northern Cass, again, they will go to the Barnes County Basketball Tournament on Tuesday at 3 o'clock a week from today against White Shield. Lisbon back in action on Thursday, hosting the Richland Colts in Lisbon for the Broncos. Our post-game show's coming up next. Your final again, 69-59 Jags with the win.
Hey Lisbon, it's time to rally behind our favorite team. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are sending all our best wishes to the Broncos as they hit the court and field this season. The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters are proud to support our teams and community. Let's show our Broncos that we're with them every step of the way. Go Broncos! Your dedication and spirit makes us all proud. From all of us at the Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters, we're cheering for you.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is accepting applications for a broadcast sales representative. Applicant should be self-motivated, organized, have ability to communicate clearly, and the desire to help our customer partners grow their business with customer service for their advertising and marketing needs. All experience levels are encouraged to apply. To apply, email your resume to apply@rjbroadcasting.com. R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
As we come back here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, a final again, 69-49. The Northern Cache Jaguars pick up the win here today in a high school girls basketball. Taking a look at our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy, and again is Enbridge.com for career opportunities. For Northern Cache, a really solid performance yet again for Hayden Crockett. For the season opener, scored in every quarter, 32 points here this evening. Did a really nice job at the free throw line as well. Goes 6 of 7 from the stripe. A couple of three-pointers, one in the second, one in the third. Hayden Crockett, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game here tonight in this contest. While on the opposite side for the Lisbon Broncos, able to have themselves a nice performance as well in this one, kind of for a 1A, 1B, as we mentioned earlier, late in the fourth quarter with Wortman, Wiltsey, and Differding, as those three would combine for 31 and make that 44 points on the night for Lisbon's 44 of their 49. Almost double performances of Differding with 13 points, 8 rebounds, and then Wiltsey with 14 points and 9 boards as well. So those are our Enbridge Energy Players of the Game. Go to Enbridge.com for career opportunities. Life takes energy. That is Enbridge.com for career opportunities. As the final here again in this one, Northern Cache picks up the win over the Lisbon Broncos. Coming up on our post-game show, we'll hear from some of the victorious players here from Northern Cache, also from Lisbon as well. We'll hear from the head coach, Kyle Morehart, and as we put a bow on this particular contest, as the Jags yet again able to pick up the win here and go to 1-0 on the season. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, they will drop to 0-1. Some quick numbers here. Hayden Crockett with 32 points, 10 for Winterquist. Then he had 7 on the way for Tesh Jalbert. From there, 5 points here for Carly Ryder. He had 3 for Huzar, 4 points for Johnson, 2 points for Liv Olson, and 2 points for Faith Fury as well here in this one. Well, for the Lisbon Broncos, led by 17 for Riot Wortman, 14 for Wiltsey, 13 for Differding, 2 points for Maris and Hoff, and 1 point for Brea Sweet here tonight. We'll take a quick break. When we come back after this, we'll hear from the head coach, Kyle Morehart. Also put a bow on this one, on some of the final numbers. That's all coming up next here in Hunter as Northern Cache picks up the win over the Lisbon Broncos tonight, 69-49.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Hunter Insurance Agency is a locally owned full-service agency providing protection and coverage in a number of different areas. Hunter Insurance Agency offers multi-peril crop insurance, crop hail insurance, and farm insurance for buildings and equipment. Plus, they offer home, auto, life, and business insurance. For more information, go online to hunterinsuranceagency.com or stop in and speak with Johnny Jorgensen at Hunter Insurance Agency. Find them at 201 Main Street, Hunter.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank Community Bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Join us here on the post-game show, one of our Enbridge Energy players of the game, that is Hayden Crockett, here with a game-high 32 points, able to score in every quarter. And Hayden, always nice to open up the season, obviously, with the win, especially a region opponent here with Lisbon. A quick transition has always been from volleyball season to get ready for hoop season. But what did you just kind of like about your club here in the season opener here, Hayden?
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job of just working hard tonight. I think we still have a lot to work on, just the little things, but I thought we played good as a team and did the best that we could.
Yeah, you did a nice job, too, just kind of balanced scoring. I know you're playing with some foul trouble with yourself and Test and Addie in this one, but Addie able to get in double digits. Lauren Johnson did a good job getting some rebounds, passing. Liv the same way, kind of hitting the board. So a nice balanced team effort, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. You're just making sure that the scoring and everyone rebounding, crashing the boards, that's going to be huge, getting the little points this year because we need those.
As you kind of move forward, you get a week here to kind of work on some things before you get 3 games in 4 days at the BCT. So what's the biggest thing that you saw from Game 1 tonight, Hayden, that you hope to carry over, going throughout the rest of the month of December here?
Yeah, I would just say calming down into our offense and defensively just picking up the intensity a little bit and getting some big stops when needed.
As you go from volleyball season to basketball, there's always that question, how do you feel in form? How long does it take? I know you're able to play basketball year-round, Hayden, but game number 1 kind of got the rust off a little bit, so how fun is it going to be going back to the gym knowing, okay, finally got some game film, got to see someone different. How fun is it to kind of see the little things to work on here as you get ready for that Barnes County tournament?
Yeah, I mean, right away at the beginning of the game, it kind of hits you like, oh, basketball's the next level of shape, but, just keep working and all that will come. So
final thing, Kyle Morehart, I know you're kind of getting to know him and vice versa. How's that been so far for the couple
really
weeks?
Good. Yeah, he's been great with the girls and we've been learning a lot and just working hard each and every day at practice and learning new things. So can't wait.
Hayden, congratulations on the win. We'll see you in Valley City next week.
Thank you.
Hayden Crockett joined us here. We'll take a quick break and hear from the head coach Kyle Morehart next here in Hunter.
Get ready to make a true impact on the farm. Introducing the HDSR series of staggered rippers from Degelman Industries. At the heart of the machine is the HDSR's staggered two-row setup, which allows for better trash flow and lower draft than an inline ripper. Featuring a shorter implement contour length, easier transport, and better compaction shattering ability than the competitors. The HDSR series from Degelman Industries is engineered tough. Visit our website for more information.
As we come back on our post-match show, join us the head coach here, Kyle Morehart, for the Northern Cache Jags, able to pick up the victory after 1 quarter play. It was 14-11, led by 12, got it up to 17 after 3 quarters, and he eventually with a 20-point win here, Kyle. I guess first things first, what did you just kind of see from your team? I know we talked about defense, turnovers, and rebounds were 3 things you wanted to see, so let's just start there. How about those 3 categories? What did you see from your club?
I think all 3 of those we need to continue to work on. Game 1, it's expected, but most importantly, I was really happy with the effort. They came out and they worked hard, and man-to-man for a whole game is different than what they did last year. So it's a whole new philosophy, and because they had the big girls last year, so they really run that 2-3 more often. So it's an adjustment for them. It's going to take some time, and all 5 of our girls were not as quick as all 5 of those girls at one time on the court. So we got to get in the gaps, and we got to be there for the help defense and quit trying to reach so much. But defensively, we were under the hoop too much, so I didn't feel like we were in the right position to rebound. We were just standing there watching a little bit, and that it kind of goes that way. And then, but again, it's early. We'll talk about it. One that stands out, they cut a lot. They were very active, and we didn't take away that cut at all. I don't remember that happened one time. So we'll work on that tomorrow. Start right away tomorrow, and we'll just adjust to that. But what's great about the first game, of course, the win is great. Region win is even better. But we have something to really work on tomorrow now. We have it on tape, and we can talk about it, and they've experienced it, so it'll be a good thing.
Yeah, you got a week from now until you get White Shield at 3 o'clock on Tuesday with the Barnes County basketball tournament, then 3 games in 4 days to kind of get you back into really basketball shape and mode. But a couple of the girls that played well, obviously Liv Olson with, we had her down for 6 rebounds, Lauren Johnson with a couple boards, able to get a couple assists early in the game as well. Just kind of what did you see from those two?
Yeah, and to me, that's Liv. Liv's going to get hopefully 6-7 rebounds a game for us. She just seems to always be in the right spot. And she's fighting in there all the time. She doesn't need to score for us, but we'll take whatever she can give us. But if she can continue to rebound and just fight in the post there, that's what we need. And then Lauren, she's got that nice shot in the perimeter there. She just has to have that confidence, and she got a nice look tonight, I think, in the corner over there in the second half, and she knocked it down. It was like, yeah, that's what we need, because we need her to shoot the ball. We need some more people willing to shoot the ball and take advantage of the fact that they're going to defend Crockett a little bit tighter, and so there's going to be some open girls. And we got to have a feel for that, and everybody's got to figure that out. But I thought they did a nice job, both of those girls. And again, it's those little pieces have to come together, and it just takes a little bit of time.
How fun was it to have Hayden Crockett on your team instead of having to worry about how to guard her, so to speak, over the last couple of years?
That's crazy. That is totally crazy. I think her point total is the same. It's just that I was on my team this time, so I appreciate it. No, she's a fabulous player. We all know that, and she's going to get hers, and thank goodness she could. And I thought she even kind of started a little bit tight. I think it was just, everything was new. It's new season, new coaches, new program philosophy. But I thought she did what she does, and she'll get the points for us. But what I really appreciated what she did is she was really looking for the girls, trying to get everybody involved, and that's something that we've talked about this season. And just she's doing a good job of that. And when we need buckets, she'll go get them. But we're trying to get everybody involved, and she's looking for that. And the other girls are, got to just understand where to be and be in the right spots when she does penetrate, so they can kick it to her. And again, it's just, but yeah, a lot more fun to have her on my side.
As you go forward now, I know it's just one game, but as you alluded to, it's a Region 1 win, an opening win as well. What's just going to be the message to the girls now, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, before you get ready for, what feels like a mini region tournament once you get to next week in Valley City? Yeah,
I love the schedule. I love that we play one and then we have a whole week off till next week. I really like that. It's going to bode well for us for being able to work on the stuff we had trouble with tonight, like rebounding. So we'll drill that. Rebounding, taking care of the ball, being in the right position defensively. Those things we'll just continue to stress, and we've been doing that for the last 2 weeks, and now we have something to really talk about, and then we're just going to continue to work on that, and then we'll put a couple more. First game you only get so many sets to put in, right? So we'll get some more sets in. So once our motion got kind of stagnant there for a while. When that gets stagnant, then it's like, oh man, nothing's working. And then we had a couple sets, but they were a good defensive team. They took away stuff from us. So we'll continue to add a couple sets here and there, and then just continue to work on all the little things. The little things are going to be huge for us.
Biggest thing, basketball season. What do you just enjoy most about the hoop season here, Kyle? I know last couple of years, as we alluded to on the pregame show, being under Jason Brand up in Thompson with a really good quality players. Obviously, Northern Cass coming off a state tournament appearance last year as well. But what do you just kind of enjoy about this time of the year, early season, from a coach's perspective, knowing yes, you're not where you want to be, but ultimately there's still a long road to go. There's a big journey for this season. What do you enjoy most about this time of the year as a coach?
I think what it is everybody just feels so good about themselves right now. Everybody's got a positive outlook. They haven't gone through the grind of the first 7 weeks, because that middle of January gets kind of darker, long days of January, and we've had half our season, and then some girls may not be in that right spot that they want to be, for whatever reason. But everybody right now is so positive. They're working their butts off for us in practice. We're running them. They're working. They're responding. They're enjoying it. And they say they are, but no, they are. They're doing everything we're asking them to do. So I enjoy the freshness of it and the fact that they're so positive. And you wish you could package the first night and carry that all the way through every game with the positivity and throughout the whole team.
Kyle, as always, thank you so much for your time and best of luck moving forward.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you.
That again, Coach Morehart here for the Jags. We'll put a bow on this one next in Hunter.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
You don't have to go alone. I will bring you through the storm. I will lift you up. No, you're not on your own. I will be the light that carries you through the storm. I will lift you up.
As we come back here for our final segment in Hunter, taking a look at some of the out-of-town scores from earlier tonight here on YourLiveEvent.com with Sargent County, South Border, and also Hillsborough Central Valley against Oak Grove. HCV with a 62-56 win over the Fargo Oak Grove Grovers tonight, and Sargent County gets by South Border 77 27. Those were just some of the scores. In Maple River all over Medina Pingree Buchanan in their season opener in Division B, 72-30. Also, Class A girls basketball, South Prairie Max, the number 1 team in A, defeats a top 5 ranked team in B, 53-47, in Kenmare Bull Bells here tonight as well. Thank you so much for tuning in to high school athletics here tonight. Again, Northern Cass led by Hayden Crockett with 32 points. They're up next a week from today, and Barnes County basketball tournament against White Shield at 3 o'clock on your live event in Valley City. Lisbon Broncos led by the 17 of Riot Wortman. They're up next 48 hours from now, hosting Richland in Lisbon. So thank you so much for tuning in to our high school broadcast. Make sure you join us more throughout the calendar month of December by going to yourliveevent.com. Good night from Hunter.